Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the PLC for High School Dance. This is the third and final segment of our first webinar for the year on the GaDOE Communities platform. I'm Ellen Juddy. The last two segments, we took a pretty deep dive into the community's website, going over navigating that and how to navigate through the discussions for when I put up the webinar so we can get our conversations going for the year. This next webinar segment, I am going to take you through the GaDOE Fine Arts website and let you know what resources are there. There is a wealth of resources that are there. So we're going to go ahead and go through that right now. Go right here. This is opening up. You can I always just Google GaDOE Fine Arts, and it'll be the first thing that comes up. So we'll start here. Here's the three fine arts specialists. Their names and their contact. They're all very, very helpful and knowledgeable. So I'll scroll down here. I'm going to go to the very end real quick and first talk to you about our state and national dance organization. So first up is the National Dance Education Organization, NDEO, if you are not familiar with that already. Hopefully you are. This is a great resource for us as dancers. It's a membership-based program. Sorry about that. And it's $185 for an institutional membership. I know that sounds like a lot of money, especially if you are working with little to no budget. If you don't have it in your budget to pay for that, I would suggest perhaps asking your administration or your principal if there's any way that money could come out of a general fund. There is a case to be made for that, and it's certainly worth it, especially some of you or a lot of you who are probably singletons in your county. This gives you access to professional development and a bunch of other resources. They have lots of virtual options for PD. There's also online journals and forums. You can sign up for their email listserv and get all kinds of information through there. So it's really, really worth it. This is the very important part, you can also start a chapter of the National Honor Society for Dance Arts, secondary ed. So this is for our high school students. So it's a great way to start a chapter to get those kids to buy into your program. So it's a point system, and you have a ton of autonomy over what you give points for and that kind of thing. So most of my points from my chapter come from what the students do in my program. You know, there's a point for rehearsal, there's a point for show, there's a point for wearing a headset and helping me crew and that kind of thing. Sometimes if I have dancers who dance outside school, I might give them a few points for that, but I try to concentrate it in the program. So that's how you get that buy-in. It's a 30-point system, so once they've got the 30 points, which is junior year, then you can induct them. And it's all online, it's all up here, and it's real easy to start a chapter. All you have to do is do a little paperwork and send it in. It doesn't cost anything. And then senior year, you know, they get that cord. I roll my eyes because that's really all they care about sometimes, it seems. But hey, anyway, you can get them in and, you know, to buy in. If you have any questions about starting a chapter or how it works, we can certainly have a discussion about that. It took me a while to wrap my head around how to do it when I first started. But now we're up and running, and it's a really cool thing. So this is the NDEO site, which leads me back to GaDOE, which is our state affiliate. Here in Georgia, it's the state affiliate of the Dance Educators of Georgia Society, Inc. This is another great resource. So this is a state affiliate. It's fairly new. It was created in 2017. When you join as a member of the national organization for NDEO, some of that money comes to our state affiliate. So that's a really good thing for us, for that membership fee to come to us. The money that we get from your membership is used to create meaningful professional development. I don't know why that's happening. There you go. And it's just a really great way to communicate and collaborate with teachers all over the state of Georgia. Full disclosure, I am a founding member of GaDOE. And right now I am the director of professional development. And honestly, I'm a little nervous, but I'm the president-elect. So my term will run 22 to 24, and I will navigate us through the national conference, which is going to be here in Atlanta. A little bit nervous on that, but I'm sure we'll get it together. So it's a great organization. With the board, the current board, I mean, there's just a wealth of information with all these women. So another good resource that we have. Okay, so I am going to navigate back to the GaDOE website again. And I did want to talk about some resources that are on here. So I'll just go down and scroll through everything. There are grants. I have been told that this is a new thing that's up and coming, so you can just sort of check back on that if that's something that you're interested in. The state PLC is what we're doing right now, so you're already a part of that. That's awesome. There are things in the works for dance. We don't have any of these resources right now, but I can tell you that they are in the works. So maybe check back at the end of the year, at the end of next year or beginning of next year. Instructional resources. So here's a big one. So we have these dance instructional frameworks. I worked on this in 2019 along with some other fabulous colleagues around the state. And I'm going to click on this. We have frameworks for classical and contemporary partnering. So I know unless you're maybe a performing arts high school, you might not use that, but there's still a lot of good stuff. You know, you can pull and pick and choose with all these resources. I created the modern dance framework. So you have a curriculum map, which maps out. So it's a quick look for you to see what resources are in there and if there's anything that you can use. And then there's a unit plan. There are 6 units in each course. And then within those units are between 2 and 4 lessons, just depending on. And then there's resources, there's meaningful worksheets, there's vocabulary, there's rubrics, there's assignments, and then at the end of each unit is a PowerPoint that you can use as well. So there is another way to get to all of this stuff, and I'm going to show you back at the community's website. Here it is again. So this is, you can get through it through the community's website, or you can get through it or to it through GaDOE Fine Arts website. So let's see if this one works. What I did realize is that you do have to, if I go down here to modern dance, you do have to click here. Let's see. Yeah, so you will have to click the 3 dots and then download in order to get to that. But there, I won't do that right now, but there are a ton of resources within those 6 courses. So I certainly hope that you can scroll through all of those and really delve in. If you need something, you can, you know, pull like one worksheet, or you can do the whole unit, or you can, you know, do the whole thing from unit 1 to 6. I mean, there's so many things there for you to use, and you can pick and choose what you want. And then last thing, I think there was a little bit more. So that was our instructional framework. Your students can do a pathway and a diploma seal for dance. They have to have 4 credits in the arts. They've got to complete 20 hours of community service throughout their high school career, and then complete a capstone project. The capstone project, I think, varies from school to school and county to county. So I think you have some autonomy with this. My school just decided to go with one thing across the board, and that's what we do. We had the students hand their stuff into the teachers, and then the teachers have a list of the kids who are going to get the diploma seal, and then I give that list to my department chair, and then the department chair gives that list to our county person. So, I mean, depending on how how you're doing that at your school, you might have something else set up that way, or you might do it that way. So just know that that is another option. Moving down, we've got, and this is just a list of opportunities. Right now, we don't have any dance. I'm hoping, or except for the Governor's Honors Program, of course. We can talk about that in another webinar. My county has a county dance day, which we all get together and dance during the day, have a performance in the evening. So I'm hoping that maybe some of your other counties do that as well. And we already talked about the national and state education organizations. So there you go. That is your GaDOE Fine Arts website and all of the resources that we have. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know and let's start a discussion. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much.